This meeting is being recorded.
Now we have already completed sequence, selection, repetition, operators, as well as functions. And today we have to complete that recursive function part and then start file handling. Right. So these are two easy sections in Python. And let's try to develop a functional oriented program too. And so if, yes, we can try for hint GUI also, but rather than spending more time on that, I think we better study the other disciplines that we need to learn and then move to the Java OOP, object-oriented programming section in Java. So let me start. Right. So we were discussing about functions. So define a function can be done with the def keyword. Let's say def, I want to print the odd numbers. And this time I'm going to define a function to print odd numbers. And the starting, of course, I need to give as a parameter, and ending, if possible, just give both end, start both. And then, so there will be the limit. So what you can do is the first odd number, the first odd number. So you can verify this even. You can verify whether it's an actually odd number. So if not, you can add 1 to that. So example, you can check if the starting number modulus 2, if it is divided by 2, after modulating by 2, if remainder is 1, definitely it's a odd number, right? Definitely it's an odd number, because after dividing, if 1 is remaining, means it's an odd number, then you can print the starting number. If not else, it's an even number, then you have to print the starting number plus 1 as the number. And after printing, what you need to do, you need to recall the function. So after printing, or you can just say here, so without printing 2 times, you can just tell, let's say odd number, odd equal to 0 initially. And here you can say that odd number is equal to st. Here you can say that odd number is equal to st plus 1. Right? You are assigning based on the odd evenness. If it is already odd, assign that. If it is already not odd, that means even, add 1 and assign that. So finally, after that, you can print it. You can print the odd number. And then you can ask the next odd number. That can be done by print odd. And you can give the start as the current odd number plus 2. Current odd number plus 2 will be the starting, and ending is same. You are calling the same function again. And so how to limit this function? So you need to limit this too. To limit this, you can say if this starting is greater than, so if starting is less than or equal to the ending, then only you need to continue. Otherwise, you can put everything together to this if that is the case. Otherwise, you don't need to do something because you are out of the range. So let's save that. So this is in detail version, a function version, but it has in detail, it has check-in as well. I didn't ask you to include the check-in, but I have at this check-in part. So even without the check-in, if it is without check-in part, this other 3 lines would come. That is the only thing that you see. So if with the check-in part, you need to add these 3 lines, as you don't know whether you can't trust the user. User means again us for the moment, but you better include that section too. Did you understand why I'm checking here? Why I'm checking for the odd evenness? That is for the safe purpose, right?
Yeah.
Okay, safety purpose. So because so if it is not there, that is also working, right? If it is not there, but it's working for odd and even both. So let me show this with and without. Odd num dot py. So make sure not to use the same name as the function name. That will, okay, let's run it and you can see the empty function. I'm printing the odd number, print odd. And this time I'm calling the starting question 1 and ending question 20. And you can see it's printing up to 19. Great. If I print 2 to 20, so still it is printing from 3 to 19. That is the check-in part. Because even though I have given even number, still it will try to go to the next odd. You can see 0 to 20 will go from 1 to 19. So that is because of our checking. Since we have checked, so we can limit, we can change the limit, let's say first 10, so then 1 to 9. So this is because our checking. So if our checking is not there, so let's say I'm removing that part, just removing everything from here to here, cut it. So the alignment need to be preserved otherwise. So let's remove here to here. Okay, save it. Now you have odd and odd plus 2 only. So let's see what you need to check. Sorry. The main check is need to be there. Main checking means like whether starting and ending. That check need to be there. Okay, this is the code. Let me run this now. And I'm running the same. This time I'm running print 0 to 10. You can you are not printing the odd here. Instead of that, I have to give ST and ST. Sorry, that is my mistake because I have not introduced the variable. So let's try it again now. If I ask you to print 0 to 10, it's printing from 0 to 10. But these are even numbers. These are not odd because I have excluded the check. But if you explicitly give the correct value, 1 to 10, you can get 1 to 9. So then it depends on the user input. So this is what I expected from you. This is what I was expecting from you. But if you did this, there will be small error. That is, it depends on the user input. If user input saying odd number, print in odd number, but user input please start from 0. So it will try to start from 0 and print even numbers, which is give incorrect answer, incorrect logical answer to the question. Okay, so therefore, actually this control can be maintained. The specialty of function is this anyway, you can maintain this control. You can maintain this control. So that is the specialty of function. So please include, this is a check-in part, right? Check-in whether, so I'll make a comment, I'll add a comment, check-in whether starting digit is odd. If not, add 1. Okay, so please write down this and try it quickly. Indicate once you are done, indicate once you have finished.
Okay, I did it.
Okay, so shall we now try to change this to even, triangular, and square? So because that is same, right? Same thing. Only thing that you have already done that actually. You have already done that. Can you change this to even? Even numbers, of course, very easy. even, square, and triangular. Even, square, and triangular.
Okay.
Can you even, square, and triangular? For square and triangular, look at the code that we have already done. But you can include that. But don't include the what do you call this, loops. Don't put the loops. Instead of loops, just put the functions. That is the difference. Like this. So you have printed square number. That is correct, right? That is correct. Obviously, that is correct. It's easy, and that is for the given square number. But so if you need to make it a repetition, you have to recall the same function. Can you call the print square again? After print?
Okay.
After print? No, not there. Not there.
Oh. Here.
In that function itself, you are calling this. That is what we are learning now. That is the thing. Print square. You are calling the function again. Print square.
Okay.
You are calling the same function that you have already defined. Print square. SQUAR, the above function, the first line. And this time you are calling st plus 1. St plus 1.
Oh.
St plus 1. And the next square number will be calculated. So now if you run this, just run this. Try to understand what will happen. Just run
Will this be fine?
Yeah, just run it. So now start with 2 or some number. 2. Just start with 2. Just 2. Only 2.
2.
Press enter and you can see it's can keep going, right?
Yeah.
And that is where the next problem comes. You need to stop this somewhere. Right? You need to stop this somewhere. That can be done by adding a if statement to the beginning. So second line, go to the second line, please. So after the colon, press enter. After the colon, press enter.
That's the colon. Okay.
Right now, check if you can check starting within bracket if starting st. If st less than 10, less than or equal to 10.
Less than.
No, the other side.
Oh.
Less than or equal to 10. Then close the bracket and put a colon. The remaining thing you can indent. Yeah, indent to the if statement. Okay, now run it and you can see it's stopping from 100. Wherever you start, that doesn't matter. It's stopping from 100. So print square. If you give 2, it will start from 2 and stop from 100. Because you know if it is STS 10, then that will be 10 into 10. That is the last that you're going to get. Because that is the last number which is equal to 10. 10 into 10 will be the last. So now this also can be controlled. To control that, put another variable, maybe en. Print square within bracket, you can put the ending digit. That ending you can set as this 10. Erase 10 and put en. So then it is controlled by the user. Oh, don't run. That will give you an error. Why?
Oh.
Because the print square function that you call the last line should have 2 parameters.
Oh.
Yeah. That should have 2 parameters. Please put a comma after st plus 1 and put en. Same, because ending is not going to change, right? St plus 1, after that en, the second parameter. Yeah. Because ending position you are not going to change. Yeah. One started, the same end. But starting, you dynamically change. Now print square, now you have to give both parameters. 2 and the other one. The ending parameter, you have to be 2 and 10 means it's going up to 100. 2 and 20 means going up to 400, right? Yeah. So that is the dynamic nature that we have added to the square. So can you understand that? So doing printing square number is nothing like you did earlier. Printing square number is very, very easy. No need to think even. So it's very easy. But only thing is like keeping this rotating. To make it rotation or make it a loop, you need to recall the same function. That is what the lesson is. Okay.
Oh.
Right now, so you can try the triangular also. But even number is too easy. Even number is too easy. As a even number, only thing that you have to change is that odd even check. Right?
Okay. So I
yes.
have a question.
Yeah.
So I never learned triangular numbers in school, so I don't really know what they are. So what are triangular numbers?
Okay. The triangle numbers are the numbers with which forms a triangle-like shape. So that is the simplest way of defining that. The square numbers form a square-like shape. No? Okay, 2 into 2. So you can see this is a square. When you look into this, 2 into 2, that is 4. 4 is a square. So 3 into 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that is also a square. Understood?
Yeah.
2 into 2 is a square. 3 into 3 is also a square. Then 4 into 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. That is also square. Similarly, triangular numbers forms a triangle. The first triangular number is 1. The second triangular number is 3.
3.
The third triangular number is 1. So this is the third triangular number. It is actually half of a square, right? Then the fourth triangular number is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. The first triangular number is 1. Then the second is 3. The third is 6. The fourth is 10. Understood?
Yeah.
That forms a triangle, right? It keep adding a new digit. 1 plus 2, that plus 3, that plus 4. So keep adding incremental digit. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Please do this quickly. And so there is nothing about this. The second one, right? Even numbers. I'm adding the function, copying and pasting the same thing here. This time I'm renaming as print even. So check in again, same thing. If not, so check in whether the starting digit is even here. If not, add 1. So to check that, you can put 0 there. If it is divisible by, this is like, you can rename that as even to make a meaning. Otherwise, this will still work. But to make it a meaningful thing, so I have to add this even part here. Print even, I'm adding here also. So now let's see. ST starting from 0. So if it is, first of all, you are checking whether this digit is divisible by 2 and remaining is 0, then start, otherwise start with 1. So then let's run it. Now I have both functions in the same file. So print odd will give us odd numbers, no matter whether when we start, no matter from which digit we start, whether it is even or odd, doesn't matter, it always print odds. So similarly, print even. So if I try to print 2 to 10, so it's printing 2 to 10. So if I try to print 1 to 10, still it will print 2 to 10. So because that evenness is checked. So that is easy. Then square numbers we just discussed. So this is the square numbers. You don't want check digit here because the square is easy to obtain. You can just say this square SQ is equal to this is starting and starting into starting. Then you are printing the SQ and you are adding 1 to the starting digit and calling that. So that is print square. So let me run this. Print SQ QAI print square. I'm starting from 1 of 10 and you can see it's, oh, what's happened? Print, I have to call print square. So please, otherwise I'm calling the wrong function. Okay, let's run it again. Print square. Okay, 1 to 100. So you can give any digit, maybe 10 to 1000, 10 to 100. So anything will work and you'll be getting all the square digits. Yeah. So that is it. It's easy. So this is how you print the square numbers. And so only thing is I have introduced a variable. You can directly call. You can directly print stn to st and then st plus 1. That will also work. So now you have one task remaining, that is triangular. So just give a try.
This meeting is being recorded.
But you can see the triangular number part.
Yeah.
So this one, right? And in this, so the first one that you can see the very first, yes. So that is how you have tried that.
This one.
So you have started with the triangular number 0. Here also in this function, you have to start with the triangular number 0. Right? No matter what is the number given, you have to start with 0. So let's put that variable
Okay.
in the triangular number. Maybe t equals 0. Just starting from 0 and 1. So tn equal the tn plus the number. The starting and ending you have to give that. So you can say tn. Yes, let's tell tn. No, not 4. Don't use 4. So because we are not using that. That is the rule. First rule is we are not using loops.
Okay.
Tn plus the number is this time st, right? The starting digit.
Yeah.
Plus st. So then, okay, after getting that tn, so the next thing that you need to do is increment the st by 1. So you can say st equal st plus 1. St equal st plus 1. Plus 1. Okay, now you are right. You are putting that st also. And not just that, you need the triangular number, right? You need the current triangular number. You need it to find the next triangular number. Current triangular number is required to fit the next triangular number. Right? Without the current triangular number, you can't get the triangular number. So that can be done this way. So let's put instead of en, no, just put en as well, and also put tn. No. In the parameter side. Parameter side, just put tn also. You can say the initial tn is 0. Tn equals 0. No, not there. In the parameter itself, you know how to put the default value. Tn equals 0. Right. Okay. Tn, you can now remove. You can now remove the tn. Tn equals 0, 1. That you can remove because you have already set that in the. Okay. Now tn equals the first tn is 0. 0 plus this should be 1, right? The st should be 1. That also you can put as 1. St equal 1. Then you put st equal 1 in the parameter list. Yeah. That also because the triangular number anyway you have to give the starting point, and so that is a fixed thing. You're starting from 1, then en you can give any number, tn is given. Okay. So can you print the triangular number now? So go down after this st equal 1, just print the triangular number. Print the triangular number. That is similar to what we have done. No. Just print. Just print and tn. You need to print the tn. You are printing the tn now. Right? Still not 10 because still not 10. So if you try, okay, give a try. So what will happen? Give a try.
Oh.
That's a problem. St equal 1. Print triangle st equal 1. Tn equals 0. En and tn. Okay, I think the previous one has an error. So that is yes, running well. Is it? Can you remove these 4 lines temporary and run the
This
code?
one?
No, the last 4 lines. Last 4 lines, please remove and temporarily run the code.
This one?
No, all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Including the definition. Yeah, just cut it and just run it. I just want to see whether is there error in the previous code. No, right, okay. Now close this. Okay, now just paste it. Okay, print triangle st equal 1, en, tn equal 1. Okay, now run it. What's the error you're getting? Non-default argument follows. So non-default. So that en has no default, no en. Let's give en also. En some value. En be 100. 100. Okay. So that is a rule, right? That is a rule because like without default value, you cannot mention after that. That is the reason. Okay, print triangle. And you can either keep blank because already default values are given. The first triangle is printed, right? So that is done. How to get the next triangle? That is the problem. So now recall the function again inside the function. So that is what we are doing. We call the print triangle function inside the function. No, that is not. You didn't understand it yet. So can you understand how we have done the previous work? Can you see the print square number? We have recalled the print square inside that. Print even, we have recalled print even. In print odd, we have recalled print print odd is wrong, right? Print odd print odd call then. Yeah, that's one. Should be print odd. Oh, capital simple matters. No. Okay. So then here should print triangle should come. Now you have to think the starting position is starting position plus 1 that you have already calculated, that you can give as st within bracket st, because st you have already added 1. Open the brackets st, you have already added 1 to that, because you can see the second line st equal st plus 1, you have calculated that. Okay, so that is what we need. Next is en. En is same, so you can give same en. Okay, then tn. Tn is, that is also you have calculated same tn. Okay, now run it. Okay, now the only problem is it's keep going. Now you know how to stop this. Otherwise, this is keep going. So first of all, you have to put a if statement in the code. Immediate line after, yes, immediate line after the colon should be if statement. You can check if en, tn, or if tn less than en, less than or equal to en, because you are going to stop from 300. En. En.
Oh, en.
Right? Okay. So that you need to, yeah.
Oh.
So this is where the, yeah, this is where you need to improve. So that means whatever the codes that we are doing, what you need to do, you have to try it again, and try it again. I know it's a bit difficult. The logic, building logic is difficult, but thing is, now you can see the last lines 300. So this, because calculations happens after checking, that is the reason. And you can give any number, 1, 100, you can give 1. No, just 1, then 100, then yeah, that's 0. It's okay. You can see it's going 1, just 1 after the particular triangle. That can happen. The reason is no, then it is wrong. Then it is
So has to be 0?
Because if you start from 2, so it's giving wrong triangular numbers. So that means that 1 you need to fix, the 0 you need to fix. Press enter. 0 you need to fix. Yeah. So that is the thing. So that those are checks. Those are checks, right? Those are checks. Let me add those checks also. You have to say the starting digit is 1. So then ending is 300. Ending you can change 300 or 100. That you can change. Then the first triangular number is you are starting the value from 0. actually you have to change. If if anybody is telling the triangular number, right? So if the initial triangular number, this happens to the initial triangular number, right? So that need to be checked. That is a compulsory, right? Initial triangular number need to be 0 and only 0. It's not going to change. Or you can just keep this value. Then so then you have to check whether the starting position has reached, not starting position actually, the triangular number has reached the ending position. Until it reach, you have to continue. What you need to do, you know the how to generate the triangular number. Tn equal Tn plus this st, that is the first triangular number, and you are going to print the Tn, the triangular number that you have just generated. Then you are calling print try and try. Then you have to increment st by 1. St, the next st need to be implemented, and you are calling the same ending, and you are calling the same Tn. Let's go run. Print 5. Let's keep going up to 105. Actually, why it is going up to 105? Because the calculation has happened there. So what you can do, you can just do the calculation above the if statement, save it, run it, and then if I try, you can see it's going up to 91 only. The calculation should happen first, right? That is the thing. And when you're calling the function, you have to be careful. So when you're calling the function, you have to be very, very careful, because the initial triangular numbers you need to set, right? The initial triangular numbers you need to set. That can be done here. That can be done here itself. Right? You can set the values here. Right? Then give this st and en and tn. So that is one way of doing that. But the thing is, again, this can be overridden. So when this can be overridden, and so these values should be given inside this only. Therefore, I'll keep that for the moment. I'm I'll keep the same thing, because like when you try to change these values, it will generate incorrect results. That will happen for the moment. Later, in advanced programming, we will learn how to limit this. Actually, this can be limited, but if you give something like this, let's say 1, 200, 0, this will work. But if you give something like this, 10, something like this, then you can see the answers that you are getting are wrong, right? Even if you start from some number like 3, these are wrong. It's giving wrong values. So it will only work with no parameter option, because the default values are the default, and you can give one thing, that is the ending position. So then that will happen. But the ending position can be given. So that is the only thing possible. But other values, if you try to change, you will end up with wrong answers. Why you can't fix this? So what's the reason why you can't fix this? Because you are calling the function, the second function will get the values from the first function. If you try to fix it, if you try to remove these and fix it, then what will happen? Then it will fix the value, the starting value, but how to give that value to this function? That is the problem. How to get value to this function? Make a fix karo. If you fix these values to 1 and 0, then how can we feed change in value to this? That is where we struggle. right? Anyway, there is no rule saying everything need to be implemented using functions. So you can use loops. When you use loops, it is fixed. No such rule, right? No such rule saying you have to do everything using functions. Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. So I know it's,
Yes.
I know you have to work a little hard with that. Right. Okay. The next thing that I said that I'll be discussing the file handling. Let me do that as well. So I'll take a new file. In Python, file handling is very, very easy. Only thing is whether you are using a text file or binary file. Text file can be opened using Python or any text editor and read. But binary files are the files like images, videos. These are categorized under binary files. Python can be used to handle both kind of files. So let's try to open a file now. Let's say file equals open. So let's open a new file. So if you want to open a new file, you can give, let's say hello.txt, and I'm opening that file for writing purpose, W, right? Writing purpose. So when I run this code, this is the only code that I read. Say this is file writing.py. I have already there. So let me run this. When you run this, you can see nothing happens. But if you go to the location where you have saved these files, you can see the hello.txt file which is created for you. That is empty file. Nothing is there. This empty file. Okay, if you want to write into this file, it's very easy. So let's say you want to write something. You can say file.write, W-R-I-T-E, file.write. So whatever the text that you want to write, let's say I need to write asterisk. Then I have to close the file, file.close. That will close the file. Let me run this. Now when you run this, you'll see asterisk inside the file. Right? So you can use whatever we learned. For an example, for loop, 4K in range, you can say 1 to 11. Then file.write. File.write this asterisk into, let's say, K times. Save, run it. And you can see now, hello has a lot of asterisks, but all are horizontally written. The reason is print or the write will not add next line. You have to manually add it. That means you have to add file.write, and after that you can add a new line. So that is how you add a new line to the file. So let me run that now, and you will be getting this as the output. Please try that now.
Okay, I did it.
Done? Done? Or not? You need any help? Please tell me.
Oh no, I did it. I did.
All right. Okay, as a homework, you need to try this as a homework. So can you remember the asterisk patterns that you have printed?
Yeah.
Right. So try to add that into a text file. All the patterns, right? All the patterns into one text file.
Okay.
Okay, please do that. So shall we shall we like do a class tomorrow because I missed one class? So are you
A
free
class.
same time?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, Friday.
Friday?
Yeah, are you free same time? That means if I do Sri Lankan time 8:30, so are you available?
Let me ask.
Okay, please inform me. Right, then if you are available, I can do class tomorrow because I missed yesterday class. That is the reason.
Okay, it's fine. I can do it at 10
Okay.
on
Okay.
Friday.
Okay, please try to do this by tomorrow then, right? So it's easy.
Okay, so the patterns that I did last time, is that what I should be doing now?
Yeah, the patterns that you have printed, please add that to the file.
Okay.
Okay, so what we have done is that we have just printed now, but this time please add this to the text file, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can use the same code that we have now. This one. Take a screenshot of this. If you miss any, then let's do that. Okay, then see you next day. Bye.